Good afternoon. Fade to black breaking news for this Wednesday, June 14th, 2023. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. Let's get straight to it. On this day in history, 1963, the manned Soviet spacecraft Vostok 5 was launched, and 2 days later, Vostok 6 was sent into orbit carrying cosmonaut Valentina Tereshkova, the first woman to travel in space. On this day in 1963. Here's your Fader fact today. On one of the islands off of the coast of Western Australia lies Lake Hillier, a bright bubblegum pink lake, and scientists have not yet determined why. And that is your Fader fact. Go check out the pictures. Look at it for yourself. And that is your Fader fact. Okay, crazy breaking news today. I'm going to start with this. The European Union has taken the first steps towards regulating artificial intelligence, with its parliament backing a ban on the technology for biometric surveillance, emotion recognition, and predictive policing. Europe will also seek to require systems such as ChatGPT to indicate that content was generated by AI and deem AI systems to use to influence voters to be high risk. The measures were passed 499 votes to 28, with 93 abstentions. Talks will begin with EU member states on the precise wording of the legislation known as the AI Act. I'm not done with Europe, because also European Union regulators have issued a preliminary finding that Google must sell off some of its lucrative digital advertising business, part of a sweeping antitrust complaint targeting one of the search giant's most important revenue drivers. In a complaint released today, EU competition regulators alleged that Google favors its own technology services to the detriment of competitors and abuse of its dominant position in online advertising sales. Margaret Vestager, a Danish politician who leads EU competition policy efforts, accused Google of wielding its considerable influence to punish competitors and boost its own services. Wow. The Kremlin is imposing a one-time windfall tax on large Russian companies and their oligarch owners. Russia approved a draft bill to slap up to a 10% one-off windfall tax on large Russian companies, according to an announcement by the company's finance ministry earlier today. It's targeting companies that annually make more than 1 billion rubles, or about $11.9 million in profits since 2021, per the announcement today. This levy could raise about $4 billion in taxes collectively, according to Andrei Bushlov, the first deputy prime minister. He also added that the companies themselves proposed the taxes. Allegedly. Yeah, right. Using a complex cast of metal-studded pigments, proteins, enzymes, and coenzymes, photosynthetic organisms can convert the energy into light and the chemical energy for life. And now, thanks to a study, photosynthesis, right? Okay, now, thanks to a study published today in Nature, we know that this organic chemical reaction is sensitive to the smallest quantity of light possible, a single photon. And this is incredible news. The discovery solidifies our current understanding of photosynthesis and will help answer questions about how life works on the smallest scales, where quantum physics and biology meet. In their study, Fleming, co-lead author Birgitta Whaley, senior faculty scientist in the energy sciences area at Berkeley Lab, and their research groups showed that a single photon can indeed initiate the first step of photosynthesis in photosynthetic purple bacteria. This is incredible breaking news. The wreck of a British World War II submarine that helped usher in the area of special military operations has been found off the coast of Greece, where it sank in 1942. Veteran Greek diver Kostas Thaktorides announced in a Facebook post last week that his team had discovered the wreck of the HMS Triumph in the Aegean Sea at an undisclosed location 10 kilometers off of the Cape of Sunion at a depth of about 600 feet. The wreck's closed hatches and a retracted periscope indicated that the sub was diving when it sank. Check this out. Instant Brands, something I have a whole house full of, by the way, right? Instapot, right? Think about this for a second. Insta Brands, the parent company of Instapot, Corningware, and other houseware and kitchenware companies, including Pyrex, right, is seeking bankruptcy protection. Instant Brands has between $500 million and $1 billion in total assets and liabilities, and just announced a $132 million debtor in possession funding deal from lenders. It also announced it will try to keep its doors open during the bankruptcy proceedings. Instapot, Pyrex, Corningware, bankruptcy. What is happening to this planet? Scandinavia has announced the boycott of products from Mondelez International, a company that produces Oreo cookies, Milka, and Toblerone. Why? Because of its business in Russia. Norwegian Airlines and SAS Airlines, the SJ Railway Group, the Strawberry Hotel Chain, the Elkjop Retail Chain, the Fjord Shipping Group, and the Norwegian Football Association have all recently announced the termination of cooperation in sales of Mondelez products. No more Oreo cookies or Toblerone. Mondelez is a popular manufacturer in Sweden and Norway through its local chocolate producers, Freya and Marabou. Absolutely insane. And finally, I'm going to leave you with this. The governor of Illinois signed into law a bill that bans book bans, making Illinois the first state in the country to foist a legislative offense against mounting efforts to limit access to books that explores issues some consider controversial, like race, inequality, gender, sex, and of course, all of that LGBTQ plus topics. Governor J.B. Pritzker said during the bill signing today at a children's library in downtown Chicago, and I quote, "Because what these book bans in libraries really are about is censorship, marginalizing people, ideas, and facts. I want our children to learn our history, warts and all. Read as much as you can. Read different perspectives. Read challenging ideas," end quote. Incredible. Under the new law, which goes into effect January 1st, Illinois public libraries must adopt the American Library Association's Library Bill of Rights. Any library that restricts or bans materials because of partisan or doctrinal disapproval will be ineligible for state funding. What an incredible news day. That's all of the Fade to Black breaking news you're going to get on this Wednesday, June 14th, 2023. I'm Jimmy Church. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Newman. Tonight on the show, Justin Bamford is with us, and we are going to be talking about the men in black. So I will see you later tonight. I just have one thing to say. Go back, Lee Tappy.